Hello, all those who like soccer. This is Tolia from Soccer IQ Academy, and I had a lot of questions recently from different players, coaches, friends, uh, asking what can they watch on TV during the time when there is no soccer. Well, the good news, first of all, that in some countries soccer is back. I hope all of you watched games in Bundesliga this weekend. So Bundesliga is open and they're gonna start playing, or they started to play, and there is a lot of fun. So of course the best soccer movie is the one which is about it has two series and each of them is 45 minutes, which is called Soccer Game. So that's the best you can do. But since there's still a limited number of those, I thought I'm gonna go and quickly go over those movies or series, and I'll explain you what that is recently, which I watched recently. Okay? So I'm gonna go in a very weird order, but whatever it is, I just wrote. So the reason I do it, so I can answer all the questions right away. I'm just gonna send this video and then you can choose what you like. Okay, so mainly I'm gonna talk about series, and the series is about 8 to 10 to 12 series movies where they follow one team, one player throughout, or several people, whatever is the setup, but throughout the whole season or throughout a long time. And there have been a lot of these kind of movies, brilliant ones. So maybe it's not soccer, but maybe many of you right now watching or just finished watching Michael Jordan one. And sorry for the noise, my dog is going crazy over there playing with a neighbor dog through the fence. So, okay, start with movies. Two movies about kind of a grand clubs I watched. One is more or less long time ago, maybe a couple years ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. The other one is very recently, but I think it's also not recent. Maybe also 2 years ago. One is Man City, All or Nothing, and the other one is Juventus First Team. So two movies about big clubs with a lot of tradition, good quality soccer, dominant in their countries at that time. Liverpool was still not over there yet, in England yet. I mean, it was in England, it wasn't dominant. So two little bit different movies in terms of, I like both of them. I think I like Man City a little bit more because I'm a coach, and there is a lot about Pep Guardiola, which in my opinion is top 5 coaches at least in the history of football. So a lot about Pep Guardiola, about his emotions, about how he talks to the team, etc. A lot of, so if you want to feel the atmosphere, what professional players feel, or how they work and how they prepare for the games, etc., how they train, I think these are really good movies. Juventus is a little bit different, pretty much the same, but I would say the focus there is not on Pep Guardiola as much, or not as on a head coach as much, but as on the top players of Juventus, which is like Buffon, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, in the history of soccer again, and Marchisio. There was no Pirlo and no Cristiano Ronaldo, so it's exactly in between. But still, fantastic team, good success, really good movies. And then, so these are grand clubs. But then I watched two series, again, these are all series, two series which are about two English clubs, which are not as successful and the movies or series are not happy where they win in everything, etc. No, in this case that wasn't the case. So first one is Sunderland Till I Die, Sunderland is a very old traditional club in England, and the movie is pretty sad because Sunderland, it starts when Sunderland starting the season in a second in Championship division, not in Premier League but in Championship, and the goal is to get promoted to the next division, to the English Premier League. The result of the first season, the one which has been taped throughout, is they get relegated to the third division. So, and then there is a second season which they follow, so they already followed Sunderland for 2 years. And the objective obviously from the third division to get to the championship, to the second division. And they fail again, they don't get relegated from the third division, but they don't get promoted to the second division. So very interesting, kind of an unhappy story, and to me much more get out of it than from these happy movies as Man City and Juventus. Even though Man City and Juventus both in this series failed to get a success in Champions League, so you see their failure too. But here the failure was great. The other one is probably my favorite. It's Take Us Home, Leeds United. So Leeds used to be a great club which won European Cup Champions, which is a predecessor of Champions League. Then bankruptcy, went all the way down, now is in Championship in the second division. And they hired the coach, which is one of my favorite coaches, most interesting coach, Marcelo Bielsa. And the goal was to get to the English Premier League, and they started phenomenal. Great quality, besides the qualities of soccer, also result, everything went very, very good and really pretty to watch. I watched these games back then, year and a half ago, or something like this, right? 2 years ago. And it was really, really good quality. But then the physical state and the parents basically dropped, the bench is not too long, and Leeds end up not qualifying, even though they probably were on the first place longer than any other team. But they end up getting, I think, third or fourth place, and end up playing a playoff games and lost in playoff game. So fantastic movie. Marcelo Bielsa is amazing. His thinking, etc. And overall, I think it's a really good movie, and also tells you what soccer is for the Leeds as a city, for Leeds fans. It's not a rich area, touristic or anything. It's a blue-collar place where people work hard, and then they have soccer as their second part of a life, the weekend. Many of them would say that my weekend depends how Leeds gonna play. So if Leeds wins, it's a good weekend. If Leeds loses, weekend is not so good. So really good movie, I really like it, and so strongly recommend. Okay, after that let's go to South America. I watched couple movies about South America. One is Boca Juniors Confidential, and that's a great movie about Boca Juniors as a club in Argentina, which is really good, big club, very famous club, and basically the same thing. They follow them through the season. Really interesting. Carlos Tevez is back from China and plays for Boca Juniors. Young player, so the players from Argentina, Brazil, usually in those, even in the top clubs, are pretty young, because the goal is to get to Europe, because the money is bigger in Europe. So a lot of young players, and you can follow, and there is some fantastic stories about young player who is also going to the law school, because his father said that he can play professionally only if he goes also to law school. So he is in law school and simultaneously plays for Boca Juniors, one of the top clubs in Argentina. So it's kind of amazing. Very good movie. A lot of young interviews with a lot of young players, gives a good perspective for young players how is it to become a pro Argentina. Second movie, probably one of the craziest movies I've seen. Again, it's a series. It's all series. So far, I've been talking about series. It's called Maradona in Mexico. I gotta get a warning right away. There is a language in this movie more than in any other movie, and not necessarily coming from Maradona, but there is language. And yes, by the way, South American movies are in Spanish. Both Boca Juniors and Maradona in Mexico in Spanish with English subtitles. Juventus is in Italian with English subtitles. So, Maradona in Mexico, a lot of language, a lot of it comes not from Maradona, some of it of course comes from Maradona. But it's very interesting. So Maradona became a coach in Mexican second division. And when he was about to arrive to that club as a coach, the team was on the last place. And to get, it's not too many teams, let's say it's 14 teams, I don't remember exactly, but they need to get to top 8 to get into playoffs. And Maradona comes and they basically wins every game. And they get to playoffs and they win there till the final. They lose in the final. Then next season Maradona couldn't come because he was sick and really sick with his, I think, heart or no, maybe stomach, not heart, maybe stomach. So he had a lot of surgeries on his stomach, so he was delayed to come to the team. And the same story, the team is on the last place, don't know what to do, really worried. Don't have basically a head coach. There is a guy who's head coach, but not. Maradona comes, they go to playoffs again till the final, losing again in the final to the same team, so twice. So they don't get promoted to the top division, Mexican top division, La Liga Mexica. The amazing part is that I don't think Maradona is a good coach, but obviously he's a legend, and I think he really has a good connection with people. So, and with players, and players look up to him because phenomenal player. Just his presence and love to the young players of that team gives a lot of confidence, and they pick it up and they go fly. I didn't see a single moment of tactical education there or anything. Probably was, but somehow I tend to believe that that's not the strength of Maradona. All right. Okay, these are two South American I watched. There is more, of course. There is a River Plate, El Más Grande Siempre, which I'm gonna watch. The other one I'm watching right now. So I don't know. I watched, I think, two series. It's Becoming Champions. It's about national teams. So forget now about club soccer, national teams. And it's a series, but it's just one series about every country which was World Cup champion. So there's only 8 countries who ever been World Cup champions, ever won World Cup. So it's like Uruguay, Italy, Germany, Brazil, England, Argentina, France, Spain. That's about it. Maybe I missed one. No, that's it. Yeah. So one series just about every country. Starts from Uruguay, second is Italy. Italy was very interesting because of they became champions in 2006. Yes, 2006 they became champions, while there was a huge scandal in Italian soccer. So you watch this movie and you see how the scandal and this big huge problems with Italian soccer actually helped Italy to become champions. And the other thing is Uruguay, where the best example of Uruguayan soccer player I think is Luis Suarez, who amazing player, phenomenal player, but also can put everything on the map to win. I don't know if you remember, but in South Africa in 2010 or Germany that was, but I think it's South Africa. Maybe it was for him. So in a World Cup against Ghana in the quarterfinals, Suarez saved the goal by hand. Got a red card, penalty kick, but they gonna miss penalty kick, and then on after game penalty kicks, Uruguay won. So Suarez in extra time saved a 100% goal by his hand, using his hand, but saved the team, end up saving the team, which is a amazing story. So Uruguay is a kind of a country which never gives up, always a very hard opponent to play against. So I watched only two so far, I really liked. So becoming champions. Okay. What else? I watched also in another grand club. I consider them as a very big and really good club, and I am a big fan of it. Is Borussia Dortmund. There is a Inside Borussia Dortmund movie, similar movie to those on Man City and Juventus. Probably a little bit in more details how to prepare more coaches thinking about every single player, separate players. So maybe a little bit more deep than others, Borussia Dortmund. I honestly I watched it a long time ago, maybe like a year or so. I don't remember, but it's a good movie for sure, and it's a different, different championship, different country. The other one which I really like, but I'm not sure it's for young soccer players. It's more for older people. Older people. It's more serious. It's called Six Dreams. It's Spanish, about La Liga. They picked 6 people, which includes couple soccer players, president of the club, some other people. I honestly already don't even remember. Which they follow through the year with their team. Very interesting. It's called Six Dreams. Again, it's in Spanish, but with English subtitles. Strongly recommend. Not that entertaining, but very interesting. All right. Oof. What else did I didn't cover? Yes, Barca. There is a movie. So this is not it's just one movie for I don't know whatever 90, 100 minutes, something like this. Normal length of a movie called Barca Dreams. History of whole Barcelona club. Really good movie. It's a movie and it's really really good. I liked it a lot. So that's pretty much all I watched. There is another All or Nothing series on Brazil national team. I didn't watch it yet. I know that. There is a movie which I'm gonna watch next is on Bobby Robson. He's an English legend player and then a coach. Obviously there is on Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo by himself. I'm not that interested in those movies. Where one I'm gonna watch here is a one-on-one with Thierry Henry, which was a striker for Arsenal, Barcelona, and French national team. Yes, that's pretty much all I want to tell. So these are not majority, but pretty much everything I listed you can find either on Amazon Prime or on Netflix. That's pretty much what I use for my source of movies. So that's how it is. Either one or the other, and easy to find, and interesting to watch. So if you have time, spend some time. I want to also encourage you to watch some movies which has nothing to do with soccer, but with sport. For example, right now everybody watched Michael Jordan Last Dream, I hope. I think it's very good and interesting movie, which gives you some glimpse of what it takes to be phenomenal soccer basketball player. Okay. Then there is another one, All or Nothing, on All Blacks, which is a New Zealand rugby team. Fantastic about the team and how the team is bigger than any individual. Really good. I don't understand anything in rugby, but I really like that movie. And again, it's serious. It's a series of whatever, like 10. We follow them, So really liked New Zealand. So it doesn't have to be necessarily the soccer movies, but I think we can get a lot out of it. And I think when you watch, don't just try to watch, watch as entertainment. Also try to get something. Sometimes it's a small things, but I think it's important to get out of this. When you listen to a great coach, when you listen to a great player, when you're looking at a great team, what it is making them great. This glimpse might help you to understand what it takes. I really enjoy, and I think it's very educational to me. Entertainment as well. But don't forget, the best movie is 90-minute soccer game. And Bundesliga is on. I have a, if you text me or send a, comment here, I will put probably on my Facebook page the link to the page where you can watch all Bundesliga games recorded. So if you only watch 2, like me this weekend, you can watch hours during the week, and the quality is still good. Yes, there is no fans, but the quality is still good. Okay, that's it. Hope you stay safe. Hope that was useful. Please, if you know any movies which I didn't list but you think it's worth, please comment on it. Let everybody know. Let me know. I would really appreciate it. Anything really good and interesting, always welcome to comment. Okay, stay safe and love soccer and study soccer. All right, thank you.